You gotta be kidding. Well, folks, apparently I accidentally hit a. I pray to the Lord that we're back. Oh, goodness gracious. Apparently, there was a setting in the software that I accidentally bumped and muted things, so my apologies. Let's see if we can get the count on Daimler right here, and I'll give you guys a quick rundown of the lineups and everything else that I missed and what happened in each inning. I can tell you right now that the Rough Riders are in the lead, 1-0. So let's see if we can get the count here. Swing and a miss. And it's a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Daimler. Aviola's on second base. He walked and then stole second. And then Cologne flew out to the second baseman. And that brings Daimler in. And it's called strike 3. And that is 2 outs. That'll bring in Wickham. Jones Wickham, who's the pitcher. So let me go down the lineup real quick. So Hill led things off in the first inning. We are in the this is the West Coast Thunder. Sorry about that. The names are correct. Anyway, for the West Coast Thunder, there's a called strike on Wickham. The West Coast Thunder, it's Hill, Thomas, Wagner, Dopey Key. There's a pass ball, and that's going to allow Aviola to go to third. So it makes it a 1-1 count to Wickham. Let's see where we left off. Dopke is the fourth batter. He's the catcher. There's Branham, Aviola, Cologne, Daimler, Wickham, who's the pitcher, Myers, and Angel. They're batting 11, and it's a 2-1 count. So my apologies, folks. I accidentally hit a setting that turned off the volume, and my apologies. Anyway, that we missed things. So we should be in good shape now. And on with the broadcast. So there's a ball, and I believe that makes it 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Let's see, on the mound for, it's called strike, and it's a full count. So Atkins is on the mound for the Rough Riders, and behind the plate is Grayson. So real quick, their order is, well, I'll get to that when they come up to the bat in the bottom of the second inning. There's a ball just a bit inside, and that is ball 4. So second walk issued this inning by Atkins. Coach goes out to talk to his pitcher. So just real quickly, the first inning for the Florida West Coast Thunder, it was the Florida West Coast Thunder in the first inning. So Hill grounded out. Thomas struck out. Wagner walked, stole second. Dopke, he walked, but he got forced out at second base on a fielder's choice by Branham, which now has led us into this inning here with Myers now at the plate. Throw goes to third base. There goes the runner to second, and he is safe. So Wickham makes it into second base on the steal. So runners now on second and third. We got Angel on deck. Myers at the plate. So it's 2 strikes now. No balls, 2 strikes on Myers. 2 outs, 2 on. Rough Riders lead it 1-0. And the pitch. Foul ball. And Myers hangs tough. Called strike 3, and that is 3 outs. So, both innings, no runs, no hits, no errors, but 2 left on base this inning, and at the end of 1.5, it is 1-0, Rough Riders. All right, so let me catch you up on the Rough Riders real quick. In the first, Balin lined out to left field. Jackson grounded out second, got 2 quick outs. And then Grayson ended up scoring. And I believe the last out was on CJ. And I believe we're going to have Ryan. So leading off here in the bottom of the second is going to be Ryan, followed by Jordan, and then Chris. Again, folks, my sincere apologies for the setting malfunction that I did earlier, and was scrambling, and so it threw off the broadcast and threw off me being able to bring you quality video and quality broadcasting for your favorite players. And so all settled now, and again, moving forward, but I just wanted to make sure you know that you do have my sincere apologies for that. All right. I had hit a button up there and it muted it, and I didn't know it. I couldn't get all that. That's why I was scrambling so much to get it. So. All right, so here we go. This looks like a 1-0 count on Ryan. And that makes it 2-0. So Jordan's on deck. It's 2-0 count to Ryan. And makes it a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Ryan. Again, Rough Riders do have the lead right now. And foul tip in the glove, and it's 2-2.
Stay in there and drive it.
And it is a full count, 3-2.
Drive it, kid.
All right, so we'll do full count again. Pitcher gets assigned, sets, delivers. Foul ball, and we will do 3-2 over again.
Hey, win this, come on.
So Jones Wickham is on the mound. Again, Paul Dopke is behind the plate. And called strike 3. And that's 1 down.
Now batting, number 12, Jordan Allen.
So Jordan steps in, and Chris is on deck. And the pitch, ground ball back to the pitcher, and that is 2 outs.
Now batting, Number 7, Trey Lovett.
I wake up motivated. I wake up trying to bless somebody, inspire somebody, encourage somebody, help somebody to the next level. I got time, baby. I got time, baby. I got time. I got time. I got time, baby.
Swing and a miss, strike one. So no balls, one strike. On Chris. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the second. Rough Riders lead at 1-0. They're the home team. And it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of second. And the pitch. Foul ball. And it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. And here is the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. And that's 3 outs. No runs, no hits, no errors. And at the end of two innings, it's the Rough Riders 1, Florida West Coast Thunder 0. All right, coming up in the top half of the 3rd inning, we're going to have Angel, and then back to the top of the lineup with Hill and followed by Thomas. Hill grounded out his first time up, and Thomas struck out. This will be Angel's first time at the plate. So it looks like Atkins is still on the mound. Looks like we've got a new catcher, though. This is, I'm sorry, no, it is the same catcher. It's Grayson. All right, just glad we got everybody back and got things settled. So this is the final game of the night. So we're broadcasting. It's 11UAA here at Northwest Park in the Holiday Home Run 2. Sponsored by visit stpclearwater.com, Tampa Bay USSSA, and of course broadcasted by Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. I'm Doc, your commentator, and I just appreciate you guys joining the broadcast and catching these youngsters playing their hearts out in 11U baseball. All right, so here we go. First pitch to Angel, and that's going to be the ball up. So 1 ball, no strikes. And Atkins comes set, delivers. Ball in the dirt, and it's 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes to Angel. And there's the 2-0. Called strike. And it's 2-1. There's ball 3. And now it's 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Angel.
Be aggressive, Pack. Let's go.
swing and a miss on that one, and that's going to be 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. We are in the top of the 3rd inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is 1 out. All right, so Hill steps in. Top of the order. Again, he grounded out his first time up. And here's the pitch. Foul ball. And it's a 0-1 count. So no balls, 1 strike to Hill. And the pitch. There's a line shot out to right center field. That's going to get down. And Hill is on with a single. All right, so 1 out, 1 on. Thomas is up. Atkins checks Hill, and he's back in time. Checks him again. He's making sure Hill's staying close to first base. Thomas fouls one down the left field line, and it does fall foul. So an 0-1 count. Oh, so no pitch. So there's a balk. That moves. That moves Hill over, so it was no pitch. And everything's reset. And the pitch to Thomas. He fouls it off. And now it's an 0-1 count. Officially. All right. And the pitch. Foul ball. Right back at me. And it makes it an 0-2 count. So no balls, 2 strikes on Thomas. 1 out. Runner at second. That runner at second is Hill. And the pitch. Ball outside. And it is 1-2. And the pitch. It's a fly ball into left center field. That is going to be caught by the shortstop over his head. What a catch! What a catch! So 2 down. Nice play by the shortstop. I think, not sure of his number. But it looks like number 12, perhaps, which would be Jordan. So if it was Jordan, nice catch. It's a ball up, and it's a 1-0 count to Wagner. So Wagner steps in. He walked his first time up. Dopke's on. Dopke is on on deck. It was called strike, and it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Wagner. There's a ground ball to third. Third baseman fields it, across the diamond. Oh, He doesn't throw it, and that allows Hill to go to third. So an infield single for Wagner. I don't think the throw would have got him anyway. That puts runners on first and third with 2 outs. Depke. All right, thank you. And swing and a miss by Paul. And strike 1. I appreciate the fan. I'm assuming that is a relative of his. That helped me with the correct spelling, and I do appreciate that. So it is Depke, or correct pronunciation, I should say. That makes it an 0-2 count on the foul ball behind us here on Depke. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Still remains a 1-0 lead for the Rough Riders with the Thunder threatening here. And there goes the runner, ball high, and Wagner will easily take second base. So it's a 1-2 count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Short fields it, throws across the diamond, and that is 3 outs. Very close play at first base. Nice play by shortstop on that one. So the Thunder got no runs on 2 hits, no errors committed, and 2 left on base. And at the end of 2.5, it's the Rough Riders 1, the Thunder 0. All right, so coming up in the bottom half of the 3rd inning for the Rough Riders is going to be Tony, followed by Johnny, and then Evan. This is Doc on the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Again, thanks for joining us for the Holiday Home Run 2. We're at Northwest Park. Sponsored by VisitStPClearwater.com. Put on by Tampa Bay USSSA, and of course broadcasted by yours truly and Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. It's a beautiful night here on field number 2 for this 11U AA matchup between the Florida West Coast Thunder and the St. Petersburg Rough Riders. All right, so we're just about ready, I think, for the catcher to make his appearance and be a couple pitches, and then we will move into the bottom of the 3rd. All right, so the blue called out the 2 pitches, and then we will move into we will throw down and get this inning underway. Pitch. So throw down. And here we go.
Number 23, Tony Marquez.
All right, so Tony steps in, and here's his first pitch. It's a ground ball to short, fielded by the shortstop, across the diamond, and that is 1 out. So 1 down.
Now batting,
Johnny steps in,
number
and
77,
Evan comes out on
Johnny
deck.
Pecorata.
All right, so here we go. And the pitch. Called strike. And it's a 0-1 count. So no balls, 1 strike. Wickham is still on the mound. And the pitch. Ball inside. Yeah, it's a 1-1 count. Called strike 2. And it's a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Nobody on. It's a tight struggle. And that's strike 3. And that's 2 outs.
Now batting number 1.
So Evan comes up. Garrett comes out on deck. It is a 1-0 lead for the Rough Riders. And the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Second baseman snags it, throws over, and that's 3 outs.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth.
So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of 3, it's 1-0 Rough Riders. All right, coming up in the top half of the 4th for the Thunder is going to be Branham. He hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. He'll be followed by Aviola, who walked, and Cologne, who popped out to second base. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Let's take a quick break.
Check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. We'll be standing in your front yard yelling, bring 'em out, hey, all the hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, hey, all the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, hey, fuck the back game yelling, bring 'em out,
All right, so here we go. Branham subs in. And Aiden gets his pitch. Sets and, or actually Aiden's no longer the pitcher. My bad on that. It's a foul ball on Branham, so it's an 0-1 count. The new pitcher is Balin. So Balin's now on the mound. Grayson's still behind the plate. And the pitch, ball just a little outside, and I think it's 2-1. Or maybe just be 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I was wrong about that other ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Called strike 3, and that's 1 out. All right, so here is the called strike on Aviola. Cologne is on deck. So no balls, one strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. So no balls, two strikes now on Aviola. One out, nobody on. We're here in the top of the fourth inning. And here's the 0-2. Ball in the dirt. And it's 1-2. So one ball, two strikes. And the pitch. Called strike three. That's two down. So both batters that Balin has faced, he's struck out looking. So Cologne steps in with two outs. Daimler's on deck. Cologne flew out to second base his last time up, and Daimler struck out looking. There's the pitch. Ball just a little bit inside. And the pitch. Foul ball. And it's a 1-1 count. And here is the 1-1 pitch. Ball in the dirt, and it's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the fourth. The Thunder trail 1-0 to the Rough Riders. Rough Riders put up that run in the first inning, and there's not been any scoring since. There's a ground ball to second base. Cologne thrown over, and that is 3 outs. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and at the end of 3.5, it's 1-0 in the favor of the Rough Riders. Coming up in the bottom half of the inning for the Rough Riders is going to be Garrett, followed by Aiden, who will be followed by the back to the top of the order with Balin. All right, so it looks like we got a new pitcher and maybe even a new catcher here for the Thunder. So the catcher is Hill, so we do have a new catcher. I'm trying to see what the number is of the pitcher. Get it in just a second. No, it's not a new pitcher. It's a new catcher. It is, so Wickham is still in there. The new catcher is Hill. All right, so Hill behind the plate, Wickham on the mound, and about to get this inning underway. Again, we got Garrett coming up, followed by Aiden, who will be followed by Balin. Again, thank you all for joining this tight game broadcast here in Northwest Park in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. Here's the first pitch. Ball up. And it's a 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes to Garrett. And here is the 1-0 pitch. Foul ball. And it's 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Ball on the dirt. And it's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Very tight game. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning here. Rough Riders at bat. They lead it 1-0. And here's the 2-1. Ground ball foul. And it is now 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of 4th. Very tight game between the Thunder and the Rough Riders. Called strike 3. And that's 1 out. So 1 down. That brings Aiden to the plate. On deck, Balin should be coming out. There he is. And the pitch. Ball up. And it's a 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Called strike. And it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And here is the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is 2 outs. That'll bring in Balin. He'll be followed by Jackson. Jackson grounded out to second base his first time up.
Now batting, number 24, Balin Hayes.
And the pitch. It's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Pitcher fields it, throws over to first. Ooh, he is safe. He beat out the throw. The pitcher underhanded it to the first baseman. And Balin's speed beat it out. So we'll give him an infield single.
Number 27, Jackson Castagna.
So we got Jackson up now with 2 outs and a runner on first. Grayson will be coming out on deck very shortly. And here's the pitch. There goes Balin, and he will be up with the steal. So it's a 1 ball, no strikes to the batter. And the pitch. It's a ground ball to short. He fields it, throws across, and that is 3 outs. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. And at the end of 4, it's still a 1-0 ball game. All right, coming up here in the top of the 5th. Really, no scoring has happened since the first inning, when all was silent. Oh, goodness. So, top of the 5th inning, we got Daimler. He'll be followed by Wickham and then Myers. So Daimler's first time up, struck out looking. Wickham walked, and Myers struck out looking. So I think, let's double check here. Yep, Balin is still pitching for the Rough Riders. So the great part about watching youth baseball, especially if you can't be here, is to be able to see your favorite player out there. And you never know. In all the games that we broadcast and we get to see live, and all the teams that do play here, we could see one of these youngsters grow up to play in the big leagues. So it's definitely happened, and Florida is a hotbed for that, as well as Texas and California. So other states as well, but these are probably the biggest three states for youth baseball to lead into that down the road. So we're about to get this underway. This inning, the top of the fifth, that is. Again, appreciate you joining us here on the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. All right. So Daimler steps in. And here is the first pitch. Ball low. So 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of the fifth inning. It's still a 1-0 ball game. Rough Riders in the lead. And the pitch. Called strike. And it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Foul ball. So it's a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Top first. And here is the 1-2 pitch. Ball 2. So 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here comes the 2-2. Ball 3. That was a little bit too far off the plate. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 3-2. Called strike 3. And that is 1 out. So 1 down. Wickham steps in. Wickham walked his first time up. And Myers will be coming out on deck. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Called strike, and that's strike 2. So quickly 0-2 on Wickham. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is 2 outs. So out of the 5 batters that Balin has faced here in the 4th and 5th, he struck out 4 of the 5. There's a strike attempt to bunt there by Myers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch. Ball off the plate, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is 3 outs. So he strikes. So Balin strikes out the side. And that does it for the top half of the 5th. Still a 1-0 ball game. Looks like Wickham going back out to the mound, so the pitching will not change, and neither will the catching. Well, we'll see. Looks like we do have a new catcher. And we'll see who this is in just a moment for you. And nope, it's Hill. Sorry, it is Hill. So this is Doc, Tampa Bay Triple A Sports Network. Alright, just about get this one set here and underway. All right, so we'll get the bottom half of the fifth going here, the Rough Riders.
Now batting.
So Grayson,
Grayson Bonnet.
he reached on the error by the center fielder, and he also scored the only run that the Rough Riders currently have. He'll be followed by CJ and Ryan, who struck out looking his first time up. It's a called strike, and it's an 0-1 count. So far in this game, Wickham has struck out 5. There's a pop fly into left field. Left fielder's on it and makes the catch. What a catch out there by the left fielder. Number 22, it looks like. He had a long way to go to get that one. And that's Branham. And what a catch. What a catch. So 1 down. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Fields it, throws across, and that is 2 outs. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And it looks like I'm going to be broadcasting 2 back-to-back games that both went 6 innings, at least. And here comes the pitch. Ball in the dirt, and it's a 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes to Ryan. Got Jordan on deck. Jordan grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball up. So 2 balls, no strikes to Ryan. And here's the 2-0. Foul ball, and it's 2-1. And here's the 2-1 from Wickham. Foul ball, out of play, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2 delivery. Line shot right at the third baseman. Gets past him, goes down the line. And Ryan is going to be on with a single.
Now batting, number 12, Jordan Allen.
So one on with 2 outs. Jordan steps in. He grounded out the pitcher his last time up. Chris is on deck, who struck out looking. And we'll see if Rough Riders can extend their lead here in the bottom of the fifth with 2 outs. And throw over, and Ryan is back on the bag. And the pitch. Ball up. And it's a 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Ball in the dirt. And it's 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Foul ball down the right field line. And that makes it a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Jordan. 2 outs. Bottom of the fifth. It's a 1-0 lead for the Rough Riders. And the pitch. It's a line side into center field. That's going to get in for a single. That gets past the center fielder. That moves Ryan over to third base, and the throw comes over, and he is in safely with Jordan on with a single. So runners on first and third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth, and it looks like the Rough Riders may have something cooking here. So Chris steps in. Tony's on deck. He grounded to short his last time up. Chris struck out his last time up. And here comes the first pitch. Nope. Jones steps off the rubber. And here is the pitch. There goes the runner. Ball high. And Hill hangs on to it. So it's a 1-0 count to Chris. Jordan goes to second base. Called strike. And it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. It's like something happened to one of the players on the Thunder. There's a ball in the dirt. All the runners hold. And it's a 2-1 count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 2-2 count now to Chris. Two count. Bottom of fifth, 2 outs, 2 on, and the pitch. Ground ball to second base. Second baseman fields it, throws over to first, and that is 3 outs. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. And at the end of 5, it is a 1-0 ball game. So Thomas, I think he's left the game, so we'll see what happens here. So I think what happens is, well, we'll find out. We'll see what they do with it here. So they did lose number 7, Thomas, got injured. And So we'll see how they change this. They're trying now to talk about the batting order and what that does to the rules around if a batter is not available to bat, how they'll handle that. As warm-ups continue, and I believe that is Balin still on the mound. It is. And it's still Grayson behind the plate. So leading off is going to be Angel. He struck out his first time up, and he'll be followed by Hill, who singled and flew out to left field. And like I said, we'll see Thomas would have been the third batter, but let's see what the call is. All right, so here we go. Getting this inning underway. Top of the sixth now. If the Thunder does not score, the game will be over. So, and here is the pitch. It's a fly ball. Second baseman has it, and that is one out. So one down here in the top of the sixth inning. So Thomas, they have to take an out, was the ruling, based on what I'm hearing on the field, because Thomas can't bat. He's an automatic out. And here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to second. Fields it, throws over, and that is the ball game. So, final score here in this very tight struggle here was 1-0, amazingly. But we want to, again, thank you, Tampa Bay U Triple SA Sports Network. Thanks you for joining us here in this pool play for 11U in the Holiday Home Run Tournament. Sponsored by visitstpclearwater.com and put on by Tampa Bay U Triple SA. Again, thank you for joining us today in these 5 baseball games we broadcast. You can catch the broadcast ongoing on YouTube or Facebook. And then later this week, there'll be highlight videos with player of the game, etc. for each team that'll be listed. Again, this is Doc. Thank you again for your support and hopefully enjoying some good baseball here in the Tampa Bay area and St. Pete area. Have a great night, everybody.